So I'll introduce it. Walking along, we're on the road, the medicine show. The Moose is Loose in Aberdeenshire. I've been invited into the home of a friend of the medicine show, Sandy.
Cheers.
Sandy Mack. You've done a session for us in the past as well.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah.
And we go way back.
Way too far back.
Way back. It's a whole chunk of years, now.
Way more than
back to the Tenants Live stuff and that as well.
We used to be handsome, I believe.
And it used to be rock and roll as well. You still rock and roll?
No.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You've brought in some help
I
with
stayed
it.
up after 11. Yeah.
So we've got Sandy with us, and Sandy's... Tell us a bit about this young fella. He's a bit of a star,
I'll tell you the tale of how this happened very quickly.
Yeah.
During lockdown, I started writing some songs again, my usual kind of miserable songs that I write.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know what to do with them, and I didn't know who to play them to. And then I heard that Arthur was starting a little studio. He lives just up the road.
Yeah.
And I've known Arthur since he was born.
And what I think you could say, which is quite interesting, is that you have known me my whole life, but I haven't known you your whole life.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't had his whole life yet.
Well, let's just get the show done before we see what happens.
Okay, so we'll come back. We'll have another longer chat about everything. So I'm kind of interested in your influences, Arthur, and this particular thing that you've got going there. So I want to talk about that. There's a lot of Canadian Québecua stuff there, and you speak a bit of the French as well, don't you?
The old French.
Yeah. So I want to examine that a little bit.
Yeah, Arthur, how did someone in the Free Republic of Bottom Inch become a Québecua?
I'll tell you what, I had to get there's a hell of a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
Getting out and getting back in.
Yeah. So, and we've got an audience, so say hello to the audience.
Hello, audience.
Thanks for joining us, guys. You can see there is a link on your page now to where you can pick up the album. I want to talk about the album in a minute as well, but this song you're about to do
is off the first album.
And
it shows off Arthur's flying feet.
Love that. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, guys. Sandy S Mack and Arthur Coates here on the Medicine Show.
To the sea.
To the sea.
1, 2, 3, go.
The sea breaking storm, pouring grooves into my bones. If I fall, I hear in the shell you always promise you pay. The sea and the sea and the words I heard you say to my skin as they flow in the tide. Take me one more time. One more time. One more time. To the sea. To the sea. I hear the gulls cry like 1,000 one last try. One last just because it's the sun. Oh, in your eyes. Take me one more time. One more time. One more time. To the sea. Take me one more time. One more time. One more time. To the feeling. To the feeling.
Very nice, very nice, lovely stuff. You've got a rhythm section there without having to employ one.
Absolutely. The thing I learned very quickly when I met Arthur liked the songs that I wrote amazingly, and then when he started playing on them, I was like, "This is great. This is like all I could ever need. Somebody can play all the instruments."
Rudimentarily.
No, that's rudimentary.
So tell us how you picked up the what would you call it? What do you call the
feet tapping?
It's feet tapping.
Feet tapping.
That's what it says.
I was. I mean, I'm primarily a fiddle player, and I grew up with that. And as a teenager, I saw some bands from Quebec and didn't look back. And I'm happy to introduce that with different kinds of music.
Yeah.
Apart from
very
just
cool
fiddle music.
And I think I came with like a kind of folky indie kind of thing that Arthur wasn't really used to playing.
Yeah.
And it was great because neither of us had any. I would just go,
yeah, no
"Wow, that sounds great! Play it,
no
play it, play it, play it."
preconceptions. Yeah.
And I said to you earlier, we had a rule when we wrote all the songs for the album. It had to be done in around about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
One take vocals, with all the rough bits in.
Yeah.
Which I think probably made you go.
Well, the rule in the medicine show is no overdubs, no takes. Just this is it.
Well, we did the medicine show way.
Yeah. So what we've done, just to let people know, and thanks for joining us, guys. While I'm talking to the audience, there is a private chat. If you want to put any questions, we can put that to the guys. And some of the pages that you're viewing on hook up to the private chat. Not all of them, so I can't promise that we can answer them. But if you do that, we'll be happy to. We'll look at it later on, guys. Anyway, thanks for joining us. So we've recorded because Restream is fabulous. That's the app that we use to reach all the pages on IMTV in one go. It's fabulous for doing that, but the quality drops a little bit. So that we had some in the bag. We've recorded some earlier on. I'll put that out all week. Actually, you're going to be featured all week.
Really?
Yeah.
You've done good to be all week. I like
you've done a copy of that. You've done a take of To the Sea. That's on the second album.
Yeah.
You were saying it's
that's from the first album.
First album, sorry.
Okay, so you were saying it's going to be a trilogy. Any reason for it being a trilogy? Is it just
when I started it?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too serious here, but
yeah,
when I started it, I was I've suffered all my life with being bipolar and things like that. So when I started it, it was a way of kind of trying to get all that out there and trying to make people think about how they treat other people and all that kind of stuff. And I always wanted it to be three albums that followed. If you listen to them, they're following a path from kind of, how do I put this? A day of somebody's life.
Okay.
That's the idea.
So there's
so we've had Dawn. We've had
right.
We've come through to Night, and then we'll probably have Dawn again for the.
All right. Okay.
I told you I was going to get serious. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels quite dark when you're not doing so great.
So what I'm going to do is you get a better impression of this if you were listening to the album at the same time. I would imagine.
I would imagine so.
So what I'll do is I'll put up the link to listen to the album, and then folks can go and have a listen to the album. And you've got 2 albums up there at the moment.
2 albums, yeah. The first album Sunrise for the Sleepless came out in 2021, 22.
Yeah.
And then the second album, Starlight for the Lost, came out last year, around about spring last year, something like that.
Okay. So, and the new one, when's that?
New one,
next year.
Next year, spring 20. What is it? 26.
Okay, so we've got time to.
Yeah.
We're building up to that, aren't we? Let's face it. Okay, so there you go. There's a link at the bottom there. It's sandymack.bandcamp.com. You can find out about that. And Arthur, you're on Bandcamp as well, aren't you?
Indeed.
So it's Arthur Coates with an E in the end.
With an E in the Coates, and I'm sure there aren't many of those.
You can get arrested for that.
Yeah.
For an E in your coat.
Many days like this in the studio, a very small studio.
Yeah, the door's locked from the inside after it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up a subscribe link to IMTV. That's the place to go. You can subscribe there. It's youtube.com/Rob Ellen. You will see a red bell on the page that once you get through there. If you hit that, then you get notifications as to when IMTV goes live, and we will be featuring Sandy and Arthur all this week. We've got an audience that's growing all the time. I'm tempted to do another live song. I know that it's not the same quality as the ones, but seeing we've got an audience, we can't. Should we use it?
Why not? Will we just do personal? Well,
it doesn't matter if it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's the same as.
Why not? Never seen it.
Yeah. How was your Christmas single? Did that work well for you this year?
Yeah, we did a winter single called Joy just at the end of the year there, which went really well. People really seemed to like it. It went down.
Didn't quite hit number one.
Well, it hit number one here.
Yeah. Sandy said he'd go live on Bodham National Television in the nude, like Bill Nye.
Did I miss?
Made number one.
Did I miss that show?
No, it never happened because we didn't make number one.
I'll still do it. I don't mind.
Thanks for doing this, guys. We'll be back with some more recorded material. I'll see if we can get one up before we close down just now. So once we close out of this, please do go to that YouTube link that is below, and I'll put that up in the chat frame as well, so you can link straight through and subscribe, because there'll be more from Sandy and Arthur. Ready when you are.
Yeah, well, this one is a song of celebration, of just keeping on, and making the most of all the good things that happen. It's called Burst Lip. Do you want to get 1, 2, 3, 4? Well, it's the drip of my burst lip that keeps me shooting from the hip. Reminds me that I'm still living and I can't stop now. Yeah, it's the drip of my burst lip that keeps me on the stumbling ship. Reminds me that I'm still living and I won't stop now. And I know we're not the same, but I'm forever glad you came. So keep on flying, one last try. Just wanna make you fly, but don't stop now. Just keep on dancing, one last chance. I can stay, but don't stop now. Don't. Well, this was so. Keep on flying, one last try, sun won't stay, but don't stop now. Keep on dancing, one last chance, have fun dance, but don't stop now. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. Don't you ever stop. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Nice, nice. That's two first times on a medicine show session. Foot stomping on your very own personal dance floor, and slide bouzouki.
Yeah.
And if you come and see us live sometime, overdriven.
Overdrive.
Oh, so
Overdrive,
you got a fuzzbox and you know how to use it.
Several.
He's got more effects than Spielberg, that man.
That needs to happen. So yeah, let's just put that out. Anybody got a house concert or want to bring you in for a listening room gig anywhere in the vicinity, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Or further afield.
Or even further afield in the vicinity.
An hour and a bit from Inverness.
You're at less than an hour from Aberdeen.
Oh yeah, yeah. Half an hour to Aberdeen.
40 minutes. You must drive fast.
Yeah. Yeah, and half an hour from the Broch.
Ooh.
40 minutes from the Broch.
I'd like to say we're good.
So that
we're definitely far enough away that it's not worth trying to roll this.
That's terrible. So yes, and you know what? I don't think Norway's that far away either, is it?
No, if anyone's listening in Norway, we'd happily come over and probably stay.
You couldn't, and you're not going without me anyway.
Yeah.
So there you go, Liam, Ted Casso. I'd love a living room gig with these guys. There you go.
Hey, hello, Liam.
I'm sticking that up on the page just now so that they know. There you go. Where are you, Liam? Let us know where you are. Do you know Liam?
Oh, yeah, I do. He's my nephew.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been invaded by Max as well.
Yeah.
So there you are. Thanks for joining us, guys. Stay tuned at medicineshowontheroad.me. It's on the bottom there. And we'll be broadcasting tracks from Arthur and Sandy all week here on IMTV. Oh, yeah. Liam's got an Aberdeen sign up.
Of course he does. He supports the best team in the world. So that's why.
What are the two stars on the Aberdeen
That would
band?
be the 2 European trophies we've won.
You know,
one more than everyone else.
You were telling me before I even asked the question.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He represents the two sheep of Bodden.
The two ends.
Neeps and
So that was fun. Thanks very much, guys.